Today is April 5th, Monday, the day after Easter. I hope everybody had a nice Easter. So I'm in my NV200 van right now, actually sitting in my parking lot, just kind of messing around out here. And there's a couple of upgrades that I've done to the van recently, and I thought that I'd make a little video and just kind of share 3 fun little upgrades that you can do to your NV200 van. There's things that I've done. I'm not saying you have to do them to yours, but things that I've done and that I kind of enjoyed, and just thought I'd talk little projects with you, and maybe you'll find something useful out of here you can apply to your own, or just get some thoughts going on how you can upgrade your van, or just see what I'm doing. Whatever. Just enjoy the video. Alright, today's project. Check out these seats. You know, they're still in pretty good shape on my little NV200 here. You know, but they're fabric, and I really want them to stay in good shape. So the one problem I have with the NV200 seats is that they're nice, but in order for me to get from the front seat to the back seat, I end up dragging my shoes all over the seats, basically is what the problem is. And so I just want to have a little bit more protection on the seats, so when I'm moving from the front to the back, I just don't mess them all up and get them all dirty. And plus just some general protection. You know, I'm going out into places that are kind of muddy and yucky sometimes, and I just want a little bit more protection on the seats. So, look what I got. Some custom seat covers. Got them from a brand called Coverking. So, what do we got here? Alright, custom seat cover kit. So that's the parts, some gloves. They give you a couple of tools on how to install the things. And then these are like a neoprene-like seat cover. Neo Supreme. So, let's see what these look like. Oh. So the base will be something like that. So there's the old seat, there's the new seat. Let's see, which one's this? I don't know what piece that is. What else we got in here? Looks like that's for the armrest. Looks like this is for the headrest. And then these must be the bottoms. Oh, and then those are the backs. So, let's install these. Now, I'm not going to go through the full process of installing these seat covers. I'll put a link below to a video that Coverking, the company that makes these seat covers, did on exactly how to install the seat cover on the NV200. So go watch that video if you want to know how to do it. But I'm just going to do it real quick and then show you what it looks like at the end. Alright, so here's the result. I went with a 2-tone charcoal and black pattern, although it sure looks gray to me. I was hoping to be a little darker, but in general it does fit with the theme of the rest of the vehicle. If you notice, I have my passenger seat turned around. It's just it's not on a swivel, it's just mounted backwards. That way when I'm hanging out in the van, I got a comfortable place to sit. I noticed these holes didn't match up perfectly, but it works okay for me because I've actually got a here, let me show you. Oop. Curtain out of the way. Hey. I've actually got a bunch of accessories on the back of my seat. Some first aid and some toiletries, fire extinguisher, light, pocket knife, water. This is just on a mole system. It's just a seat back with a bunch of mole straps, which are these little straps that you can add attachments to. So, you know, that hides a lot of the where this didn't quite match up. Alright, and here's what the passenger side looks like. A little bit of play here, but not much. You know, the seams on these Coverkings kind of match the seams of the existing seat pretty well. Okay, so the working area here, I noticed that they did kind of, on the driver's side there's a pocket here, and on this one they did kind of add a little bowl area, but it it's kind of drummy. This is normally recessed just a little bit, but hoping over time putting stuff there it'll help. But if anything, it's a little less slick than it was before, and there's still a rib here, so we'll see. Notice the instructions showed this being a zipper, but it was actually Velcro. Got a couple little loose lines here, but it works all right. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the way it looked, and it'll protect my seats and doesn't look too bad. And these are also somewhat waterproof, which is nice here in Oregon. So happy so far. So I have one more project that I'd like to share, and it's a new privacy curtain that I installed between the front and rear of the van. I've got window coverings, some WeatherTech, nice insulated ones that I can put in the front and side windows, and they do a great job of blocking the sun, and they have silver on one side and black on the other, so they can either be kind of a sunshade or kind of a blackout curtain, but they're a little bit difficult to install, and I'm finding that I would like to have a curtain between the front and back, more for privacy in parking lots and things like that. Like, a lot of times I got gear back here that I don't want people to see, so it'd be nice just to be able to pull a curtain across, so when people look in from the outside they can't really see what's going on in here. So I installed a privacy curtain, and it's a little tricky to do a curtain rod in this van, so I wanted to show what I came up with. So here's what I got. The NV200, at least mine, had a bulkhead right here. So it was a metal bulkhead between the front and the rear, and there were these existing holes up here in the headliner that were pretty much kind of ugly. So what I did is I just took a piece of, this is 1 inch by this is a little thick, it's probably 3/16 inch bar, but you could get by with 1/8 inch bar. And what I did, I don't know if you can see here, is I just used a ball peen hammer and peened this. So if you smash it with a ball peen hammer, you can get a bend in it. I didn't get the bend exactly right, but it's pretty close. Both sides, it's not bad. And then I screwed the bar up in here. I bent the ends, and I actually welded on a little piece here, but it would be easy to bend the ends. Put a little bolt in here with some spacers to fit this expandable curtain rod from Walmart. This is one of those ones that you twist it and it just gets bigger. So I probably could have put a little less bend in here and gotten this space a little tighter, because the curtains I have are these kind with the grommet here that have a little bit of extra material, and I wanted the extra material to make a tight seal, but it's still a little bit low, but it works all right. So the curtains were just from Walmart. I added a little snap over here to keep them when I want to use them. All I got to do is swing that snap over, slide them over. I did add a little snap here in the curtain and a little snap up here, so I can kind of snap them into place just a little bit. And of course I hemmed them so to be the length that I wanted. I didn't need to go all the way to the ground because there's seats and things like that. This one's over here is real short because it doesn't need to go any lower than the seat or anything. So I'll show you what it looks like from the outside, but you're not really going to see, but let's give it a try. Alright, so that's what it looks like. So you'll see again, how I could have gone a little less on this curve and got these up a little bit higher, but it works. So it's maybe not the most elegant solution, and I see people that have these nice tracks that they installed that sure look a whole lot nicer than what I have, but I was able to do mine just in a quick little weekend with materials I had sitting around other than the drapes, and I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Alright, so one other change that I've made recently to the van is with the lighting. So I originally had these LED strips that I installed all the way around the perimeter. But what I found is that those LED strips, which are colored, It's got a nice little controller, and you can do cool rainbow patterns and some really interesting, cool look to it. But it's not real functional when you actually have to work in here. The white that the lights put out is actually a very blue color, and it's just not very friendly to cook in and fart around in when you're out here. It's cool when you're partying, and I really like the red that it puts out. Like if you're someplace where you don't want to have a white light, you want to kind of have a more stealthy. So I'm gonna keep those in there, but I wanted kind of a softer light for just more of a relaxed vibe that it's a nice even light to where I can work on different projects when I'm out here in the van, and when I'm camping, enough to be able to cook from and fart around and do the stuff I need to do out in here, but not have it be quite so harsh of a light. So what I did is I installed some little LED Twinkle lights. I think that's what they're called, Twinkle lights, but they're just inline LED wire of lights, and it's got a much softer look to it, and so far I like it a lot. Okay, so I didn't spend a whole ton of time on the install here. It's I think it was like a 25 meter line of these lights. And so what I did is I just used some white electrical tape to hold the wire up. Since the metal of the van is white, the white electrical tape kind of works pretty well to hide the wire. It looks okay. The wire in the roof, I've just kind of got it tucked into the crevices, and I actually have it held on by little pieces of Velcro. My roof is covered in carpeting, and I find that the one side of the Velcro sticks very well to the roof, and since it's black and I had some black Velcro, I was able to just kind of use little bits of black Velcro. Let me pull one off here so you can see what I'm talking about. It's really sticky stuff, actually. Ooh, okay. So it's just a little piece of black Velcro that just sticks to the ceiling and holds the wires in there. It doesn't look super great, in the daytime, but the effect it does at night is real nice. Just going to use a little USB powered system, and we'll see how these lights look. Put it in there. On. All right. Okay, so now you can see the lights are going. So this is just a little touch light that I have. It's just a little USB thing. Yeah, or you just charge these up and you can just stick them wherever, which are kind of nice. It lasts about 4 or 5 hours. But so that's what these little LED lights look like. So there's actually a remote control, which I don't have out, but I'm going to mount it over here somewhere, the remote control. This is the remote control for my other LED lights. But it's actually got a little thing with a button as well. So we'll try a couple different patterns. It's kind of a twinkly pattern. That's kind of a moving light pattern. Kind of a glowy pattern. Kind of a blinky Christmas light thing. Another kind of glowy on, glowy off. Alright, we're solid. So here's the solid pattern. This is the only one I'm really interested in using, to be honest. But I know it doesn't show up very well on here, but it really is a nice, a much nicer light in here. Eventually, like I say, I think I'm going to make these all permanent and put them on a switch. So this is an example of how those lights work. It's these little lights right here. I think I spent, I think they were like $18 for these LED lights, and pretty inexpensive. And let me show you the little battery pack I'm running on it too. So this is a little thing I picked up at REI that's kind of interesting. It's just a little battery pack, USB battery pack that's got a USB port on here so you can charge your phone. But this one also doubles as a heater. So it has you can push a button up here and it will turn it into a hand warmer, which is kind of nice when things are really cold. You can shove it down inside your your sleeping bag at night and warm you up. It does have a mini USB charger on here, which is not ideal, but I've got some of those cables around. And it's just kind of a fun little thing. Right now I'm just using it to charge these little twinkle lights over my head. So kinds of fun little gadgets out there. Maybe I'll link to it below. So anyways, there's 3 fun little projects that I've been working on lately on my van. There's always more to do on these vans, and it's kind of fun. You know, it kind of takes your mind off all the other stuff that's going on out there. And I still got some free time on my hands right now, so you know, working on van projects and getting ready for the next little adventure that I take the van on is always time well spent and something I enjoy doing. And I hope you enjoy the video, and if so, like, subscribe, all that crap. And we'll talk to you later. Scott PDX out.